Hello, how are you today? Welcome to my Facebook Live. I'm Karen Barno. How's everything going today? It's an amazing day. I want to talk to you today about attitude. I know we always hear attitude is everything, attitude's this, attitude's that, but I really believe that it's your attitude that determines your outcome. You know, I think they say attitude determines your altitude. You know, I was talking over the weekend with my sister, and she was saying, because I was trying to tell, I've been really trying to figure out why you can have two children from the exact same family, and one will be amazingly successful and one will not. What makes the difference? If you have 3 or 4 kids and you have 2 of the 3 successful and 2 not, or three not, 1 successful, what makes that one person or whatever in the family be successful? Why did that one person be able to overcome? It's the same with when I talk to people with trauma, and they'll say, you know, that had trauma as children, they'll say, I don't know how I was able to overcome. I don't know how I was able to survive through it. I don't know how I was able to not to go down bad paths. Or I went down bad paths and I found my way back. And I think it's the attitude of hope. I think if you have hope, if you believe tomorrow is a better day, then you're able to keep going. And I know some of you are going to be sitting out there and saying, well, what happens if I have a cancer diagnosis? And, you know, I'm supposed to, you know, I got 2 months to live. It's the hope of the 2 months. It's the hope of tomorrow. And, you know, nobody knows that today is their last day, but if you knew today was your last day, it was a hope of living a great life. It was a hope of where do you go next from here? So it's always hope. And if you can maintain hope through everything you go through, and you can maintain the attitude of hope, that you know that moving forward, things will eventually work themselves out. I mean, maybe not in the moment, maybe in the moment you're struggling. I mean, when I was broke and homeless, I had to keep telling me, this will work out. This will get better. You know, when I look back at my past and everything I had overcome, I was able to think, this will work out. It will get better. And as long as you can have, I guess, an optimistic view, which sometimes is hard. I mean, and when you watch the fires in California, you'll see the news interview, some people, and they'll be like, I've lost everything. I'll never be able to recover. And then you'll see interviews with other people. They'll be like, I've lost everything, but I'll rebuild. It'll be okay. It's that attitude of, I can overcome. I can manage to get through this obstacle. And I don't think it's DNA. Maybe it is. I think it's, and I'm not sure it's being raised that way, because I certainly wasn't raised in a, you know, rosy, Pollyanna, optimistic family. I mean, it was like every other family. So I think it's just what you pick up over the time. And I developed, and I know this is going to be backwards, Find Your Blue Rose, 6 Proven Principles for Successful Women, because these are the steps that I took to go from broke, to, from homeless, to not being able to afford a speeding ticket, to just being lost. Lost, confused, fearful, not knowing my next step to being a successful CEO. These are the steps that I took to figure it out. To figure out what happened in my past, why did it happen, why did I keep getting in my own way moving forward, and how could I stop it? How could I become the person that I knew, that I hoped was inside? And that is all we can do on this planet, in this human existence, is keep striving to get better, to keep doing our best, to keep trying to understand who we are. I think self-awareness is so crucially important in understanding you. I think the more self-aware you become, the more successful your life is, because you understand why you do what you do. You understand why certain people you don't really want to hang out with and certain people you do. And you accept yourself. And that's so important, is accepting you. Accepting you for everything. You know, when you look back at your past, you don't sit and say, man, I was a dumbass. What was wrong with me? You say, you know, I made some mistakes, but I learned a lot. You know, I drank from the, I drank from the goblets of the gods, and had a great time, had some really bad times, but at the end of the day, it all worked out, and it all does work out. So if things aren't working out for you, if you're struggling, stop and look at your attitude. Look at what you're saying to yourself. Are you saying to yourself, oh my God, I'm such a loser? You know, I can't talk in front of people. I can't, nothing I do works. You know, I keep trying, but everybody around me does better than me. I'm a loser, I'm not smart, whatever. That's not a good attitude. You gotta have the attitude of, you know what? There is nothing I can't do. For years, I have said to people, there is nothing I can't do if they made a book about how to do it. If I can find a book on how to do X, Y, and Z, I can do it. And I may not be good at it. If I can find a book on cross-stitching, I'll probably be the worst cross-stitcher in the world, but I'll know how to do cross-stitching. If I can find a book on accounting, I may not be the best accountant in the world, but I'll understand the process. Because I believe that if I can learn it, I can do it. If I can believe it, I can achieve it. And that's a self-belief that you have to have. Nobody can give that to you. Nobody can, I believe you have to have it yourself. Because otherwise you would look at people, to kids, and say, well, you had everything. You had everything. Your parents were multimillionaires. You had this, this, and this. Why are you, lost and doing drugs? Because they don't have the belief within. So many people are looking for external influences, external stimuli, when really it's just you. You have to become with you, and you have to be able to say to you that I got this, I can do this, I believe in me. If you can believe in yourself, I guarantee you'll be unstoppable. Now, I'm not saying nothing negative. That's not a double negative. I'm not saying nothing negative will not happen. There's a lot of nots though. I'm not saying that your life's going to be perfect. I'm not saying bad things aren't going to happen to you. I'm not saying catastrophic things aren't going to happen to you. But if you have the attitude of belief, of the knowing, of hope, you'll overcome it faster. When you walk up and you see your house burned down, you'll be able to say, maybe not in the moment, but after a while, you know what, we'll rebuild. We've got this. I've been fired from a few jobs, and I've always been able to say, well, I'll get another job. Because that's what it's about. It's the hope. It's the knowing that you've got this. It's the self-confidence in yourself, the belief in yourself. And I think that's what separates the successful people from the not so successful people. But I think anybody and everybody can learn. Again, I don't know if it's a learned trait, I don't know. But I think everybody, or if it's DNA, I think everybody can learn how to believe in themselves. And if you need help, like I said, get my 6 proven principles for successful women to ignite your possibilities, to awaken your dreams, and to discover your why. These steps changed my life, and I won't guarantee you, because then someone will come back and say, well, you guarantee me, but I promise that it'll help change yours. If you have any questions, let me know. Write the comments below. If you're on my YouTube channel, give me a subscribe. I'm up to, I think, 23. That 100 number seems far away, but I'm sure I will achieve it. If you're on my website, look around. If you have any questions, I'm here. Remember, sharing is caring. Share this with your friends, with everybody and anybody, because I do believe if we had more hope in this world, if we had more hope and belief in ourselves and self-love, we'd be miles ahead. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.